Yay, I think I got it. No. So far, it's on the wrong screen. So give me 1 second. There we go. Let's start this thing over. Welcome to the Royal Gypsy Hood, everybody. My name is Rafamama, coming to you live, center stage, here to bring your attention to the current planetary transits. Now, we have full moon in Gemini at what feels to be a pretty epic time, although really, is it not all significant? And, you know, I'm just excited to be able to grow and learn from it all, right? We're challenging our belief system here. We're challenging our belief system from the macro, from the micro to the macro. That seems to be the theme. Now, I've been chewing the fat, literally. Like, I had way too much to eat today. And the butter on the popcorn, oh my God. Now, that probably wasn't the best thing I could have done, since I'm about to talk about, you know, our two brains, the gut being one of them. We want to make better choices, right? But here it is, my friends. Now, the other day, I posted something about, you know, Scorpio being the masculine representation of Cancer. Pluto, Mars, right? Now, Virgo, I said, is the light twin of Gemini. Why do I say that? Now, Gemini represents I lost my thought. Although I know where I was going with it. Gemini represents the twins. We've got the light and the dark. We've got the mind and the gut, the brain and the stomach, right? The digestive system is said to be Virgo, the digestive system, right? And we have no energy in Virgo right now. It's said to be the light twin of, or I say, I believe, is the light twin of the mind, Mercury, our thoughts, right? The digestive system, the processing, right? Through even the dark. So, however, Gemini is also very much so, you know, we see that they're both, well, no. They're not the same distance. Anyhow, we see that Uranus is retrograde right now in Aries. Now, Gemini and Aries work very much in tune with each other. They actually have the same essential oils, similar essential oils. Not all of them are the same, but some overlapping similarities between the two of them. Because what? Gemini, especially in the moon, right? We're talking about our lymph system and everything, the water body, right? The water portion of our body, which is a majority of it. And so Gemini rules, we say the nervous system, but specifically the sympathetic nervous system that also, you know, plays a role in what? Our adrenal glands, okay, Aries. So Gemini and Aries have this relationship as well, right? Now, the adrenal glands, and don't have me saying the wrong words. I swear to God, like I think in pictures, so I don't always remember my terminology, right? The medulla oblongata. We know what, you know what I'm talking about. The part of the you know, the reptilian portion of our brain, right? That triggers survival. And so we have a choice to make about our belief system. It's opposing, right? We're like, what's, you know, between here to here, actually, as far as the conversation that I'm talking about, although we have none. So we're really being called to get into our body right now, because we need to use the in-between, the square, right? To actually to help us maintain, to help us digest, to help us move this information, right, of Gemini, instead of becoming triggered by it, right? Like if we breathe, Gemini rules the lungs. So this is a step that I'm forgetting to explain, that when we breathe though, so that's why Gemini links these two. When we breathe, it, you know, activates our diaphragm, you know, the whole, we're able to focus instead of on the sympathetic nervous system. We give mind to our other mind, right? The parasympathetic nervous system that operates on automatic, right? But what else rules the stomach area is Cancer, and again, the water body, the moon that is involved here. And that's why I'm pulling Virgo into this story here, into this transit, into this message. Because it's the light twin of Gemini, who right now is in the dark. Listen to the wisdom of Virgo, I say. We are dealing with the opposition of our old triggers, right? And how our old mind state, right, that has been affected by this PTSD, you know, the triggers of our past. Uranus will go, you know, direct eventually and come back into Taurus. But right now, in this particular time, while we're dealing with Jupiter, the Sun, and Mercury, our mentality, the ruler of Gemini, right, is all over here. So we're bringing Gemini to both sides here, and we're bringing this expansion and this awareness and this illumination upon our belief systems, right, that has caused us to lean toward those old, you know, anxiety-ridden and trigger-ridden and, you know, survival tactic, like, you know, instinct. We want to really digest that shit, okay, and literally shit it out. And that's why I say breathe. Breathe. Take a breath. Take a deep breath, okay, so that we can get out of this portion of our brain, our reptilian brain, and process it. Get into your body, people, so that we can eliminate the waste and find a balance. Libra, Venus is direct, still in the shadows of its retrograde, and is in Libra. Balance, the balance. So yeah, we bring Mars into this equation most definitely, because we are talking about Aries and that survival instinct again, and our will to live, you know, and our destructive ways as well. And that's squaring this energy here. Look at these squares though. It's also squaring the moon. Radical shifts and changes with this retrograde in Aries. 29 degrees, the matured degree. I want to look that up. 29 degrees Aries. Uh, 29 degrees Aries. Dr. Jekyll drinks the potion. Oh my God. The unconscious mind and the subconscious mind bear seeds of worlds which the conscious mind had yet to penetrate, okay? The conscious is Gemini. It's our thought patterns. It's the regulated ones, but they become subconscious when we allow them to take us on autopilot. Now, how do we control them? We breathe. These worlds can turn from dark to light and back again. Gemini, dark and light. From brain to gut. But they are there, crying out to be fathomed, accessed, given their part in the dance. It is no longer possible to push into far shadows, that part of the light which dwells in darkness. And so, you must bring up playfully or mischievously, candidly, mischievous like Gemini, right? Candidly, candid like Aries, most definitely. Or, so how do I pronounce this word? Surreptitiously, all of the hidden places. Don't ask me what that means, but you get the vibe of the sentences, right? So that nobody can deny how much of your energy and resource indwells the deep, and how all of our being longs to be known, the I am, to be seen, to be activated, to partake in the dance of life freely. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wowzers. 29 degrees Aries. Uranus, a radical shift. This is the Mars card. This is the the Towers card. And right now it's squaring the moon. If you get triggered at all, just breathe. This is your opportunity to ingrain a brand new belief system that we just walk through this portal of instantaneous change, that this thing, this old pattern is like suddenly no longer even a piece or a part of us. It goes away. And then when we recognize ourselves even slightly from the beginning, right? The red flags of, oh, wait a second. I recognize this. I recognize this response, right? We're able to change that because we've digested and we've processed, we've, you know, taking it deep into our body, and we shit out everything that was waste so that we can balance our values, right? We're teeter-tottering between here and here. And Mercury is saying, hey, Gemini moon, the emotions that are attached to our thoughts. Hey, you emotions over there, come over here and be enlightened. Okay, so we have an opportunity to continue to just be one-sided, you know, and to operate more in this Mars. We're bringing it into Pisces here to get the positive effects of it, right? The spiritual gains that we can get when we breathe, it takes us into this etheric realm, right? And so, but, you know, when we're operating in the survival mode and we're using and we're repeating the triggers, right? We are stuck in this world of like illusions and our worst nightmares, right? That we probably have somewhere in our DNA from past lifetimes. Most definitely being in our Akashic records, Pisces, and we're dealing with wounds, with Chiron. I want to look up that 4 degrees since we are already here in Aries. A cup overflowing with clear water, okay? Pisces water, magic, magical Pisces. When someone is ready and willing to stand there and allow all of existence to stream and pour through them, okay? They shall activate the forces of magic, the return of wonder, and the feeling of what can be, abandoning yourself to the frequency of boundless discovery in naive, raw, initial disclosure, exhilarated, ecstatic, triumphant. What a beautiful degree. So we're really being just ushered so gracefully into this change, into this new belief system that helps us to step on a higher plane in an alternate dimension. Triumphant. Unable to contain yourself one moment longer, so enthusiastic and alive that you must find kin, playmates to go places with and cut loose together. Foot loose. Do, 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 do. Get on your dancing shoes. A state of being that begs to be shared And that's amazing that Venus it sounds very Libra, very much Libra energy and very much Venus energy here at 4 degrees Aries, the individual. But it's so free and triumphant. Boundless discoveries of naivety, right? Ra, initial disclosure, honesty, purely, you know, this is who I am. And you celebrate yourself, exhilarated and ecstatic and triumphant. And others celebrate you too. A playmate comes into play, the balance of Aries now and Libra. Venus. A state of being that begs to be shared, that must be spoken, invoked, and honored. Hey, this is me. This is who I am. You honor my needs. You honor my boundaries. It is the release point for a flood of new impulses, a new way of thinking, no longer from the survival state. When given full momentum, I'm free to be me. It rallies, inspires, sets the world on fire, and laughs so delightfully and uproariously, and no one can resist joining in. Oh my God. Yo, can you feel it? Can you feel it? It depends on what level you're operating out of. Are you allowing yourself to be continuously triggered, you know, in a negative way? Are you going to, you know, continue to be in that, you know, repetitive, overload of cortisol type, you know, existence? Or are you going to start nurturing this new belief system? I got to look up 28 degrees of Cancer, where the North Node is currently. A tremendous cave on the bank of a river. Inwardly knowing where to go, what to do, how to do it, and where it leads. You have a special faculty for karmic clairvoyance and sensing the individual and collective destiny. Again, that balance of Libra, Venus and Libra, the collective destiny territory that must be navigated through. We must navigate through it. We can't just stay all the way one side or all the way the other side anymore. We can't just be individualistic fully or just, you know, partner dependent, you know. We have to navigate our way through the center. Placed strategically in the molten core of world dilemma to remember how to get it right. The guru Jupiter in Sagittarius, Sun in Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius. How do we get that new right belief system that pulls us out of that old way? Driven by a force of will that is overwhelming. You are guided to be in the right place at the right time for watching the drift of the tide we all are swimming toward. unconsciously and super consciously in touch and in tune with what is happening, consciously walking a tightrope between the heights and depths and never sure while being sure. Given an engraved destiny invitation to participate to the utmost in collective cycles of renewal and stay a place of power throughout. Ooh, I love it. For you have gathered considerable awareness toward this time of decision, and this vertical attunement, vertical, Aries, spirit, flame, from the self to the higher, is a welcome ingredient of vitally needed. That's some heavy shit. So breathe, my friends. I know I've had a couple, opportunities to get stuck in my head. I sure have, but guess what? Where's my arrow here? But guess what? You know what the good news is? You ain't got to stay stuck there. Oh, my battery's about to die on my laptop too. You ain't got to stay stuck there. I want to pull a card. Oh man, I wish let me see. I'm going to try to plug this in, but I'm going to try to pull a card. This card is going to be for Mars. The Queen of Swords. Again, this is the matured mental, right, mind, air with water, right, the Queen. The higher belief system, the higher knowing that, was talked about in that degree. This is for Venus. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And this is for the North Node. The King of Wands. Interesting. The masculine and the feminine. We do have all of that weight over in Capricorn right now. I want to see why that is in reverse. Other than, it's not bad. It's definitely a good card. Surrender and release. As we surrender and release, as we go forward in, the shadows, as we're direct now with that Venus, right? As we surrender and release our old ways of mentalities that kept us stuck in that reptilian mind, our luck is changing, baby. And I'm going to pull from the Enchanted Map, movement. Movement in the realm. And that makes perfect sense with the King. He's a boss, baby. Movement. Our worlds are about to shift. And speaking of movement, with Mars here, the Queen of Swords, the magic stream, Mars and Pisces. Woo! I love it. I love it. This is beautiful. And I just thank God for guidance. I don't know how to, there. I thank the heavens. Surrender comes up in the Mars for the Mars card. We surrender to the trap of our fears and illusions. We flow in that magic stream. I am safe. This was for Venus. Wow. I am safe. And for the North Node, I am limitless. I am limitless when it comes to that moon magic. When it comes to this new path that we're on. Collectively, to really love and nurture and heal home. To heal home. After the wars and the battles and, you know, the trauma of all of the scars of our lives and lifetimes. Whew. So, like Gemini and the lungs, get the balance from the brain to the gut. Right? And just breathe. Eliminate the shit, release. And let's head into that higher knowing, that higher aspirations, the man, Jupiter. This is the Jupiter card. Let's turn that wheel. You heard. Until next time, my friends, thank you for watching. Nanu, nanu, and peace be unto you.